This is a picture of my sisters and I from 4 years ago on our vacation to the Pacific Northwest. We're inside of a giant sequoia tree. And as you can see, these huge trees are wide enough to fit multiple people at once. And these trees, along with two other species, are all classified as a redwood tree. And these are all famous for their unique size and their ability to fit or to live for hundreds, if not thousands, of years. And since 2015, some of these massive trees have been recorded to have died prematurely by 500 years. And this was explained in a January 2020 article posted in The Guardian and written by Patrick Greenfield. I've been studying giant sequoias and their premature death over the past few weeks. And from my research, I've determined that an increase in greenhouse gases, as well as bark beetles, are the two leading causes of giant sequoia death. Now let's go more in depth into the problem of giant sequoia death. Sequoias are known for their massive size, with the largest tree in the world being a giant sequoia tree, measuring at around 52,000 cubic feet. This giant sequoia is named General Sherman. It's in California, and this was explained in a 2019 The Spruce article by Mark Lalania titled The Greatest Trees of the World. And these 52,000 cubic feet are just 2,000 feet short of being the size of an American football field, just like the one that we have on campus in the Walston Hoover Stadium. Being such large trees, these sequoias need time to get to their large size, and that's why sequoias usually live for so long, is because they're very well adapted to their environment and their climate, which gives them time to grow as large as they do. And according to a 2016 Crosstalk article by Jennifer Lviv, most giant sequoias live to be upwards of 3,000 years old. And recently, when they've started to die prematurely, they've been having their lives cut short by around 500 years. And that would be as if an American had their life shortened by 13 years. And sequoias are very important to the ecosystem. They contribute a great amount to the biodiversity of the environment. And when ecosystems biodiversity is healthy, pollution can be broken down, climate change can be stabilized, and the ecosystem may be maintained, among a few others. And now that I've explained the importance of giant sequoias and the problems that they face, let's look at the causes. With an increase of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, droughts and wildfires in the Pacific Northwest are raging longer and more intensely than ever before in the giant sequoia's lifetime. This is a picture of fire damage in the giant sequoia. And in a 2013 Yale Environment article by Bruce Dormany that was titled "Giant Sequoias Face Looming Threat from Shifting Climate," giant sequoias have been recorded to withstand all droughts and fires in previous years that they've all faced, and they've all survived until just recently when the first recorded event in 2014 happened. And the greater amount of stress and from droughts and fires that has happened in previous years due to the buildup of these greenhouse gases has made these giant sequoias more susceptible to bark beetles. In previous years, bark beetles had never been known to kill giant sequoias, while there had been records of bark beetles killing many other trees. And so the first record of bark beetles being able to kill giant sequoia trees was in that 2014 record, along with the combination of those fires and droughts. And it is thought that the combination of these two is what weakens the tree enough so that the bark beetles can finally kill the giant sequoia tree. And these revelations have changed hundreds of years of assumptions that giant sequoias are indestructible, as explained in a 2020 Guardian article by Patrick Greenfield and Met Lamkov titled "Beetles Kill Dozens of Indestructible Giant Sequoia Trees." Now let's move on to how giant sequoias can recover and bounce back from these issues. The presence of excess greenhouse gases in the atmosphere can be combated by planting more giant sequoias. Because of their massive size, sequoias can absorb large amounts of greenhouse gases that are in the atmosphere and that are thought to contribute to climate change. And with the amount of carbon dioxide that is in the atmosphere being reduced, sequoias would be less likely to be killed by bark beetles. And in a 2016 article titled "How Ancient Sequoias May Hold a Key to Reversing Climate Change" by Simone McCarthy to the Christian Science Monitor, the author explains that a project called the Archangel Ancient Tree Archive is currently working to save giant sequoias by taking samples from currently living giant sequoias and taking them to a lab from volunteers and scientists, and then cloning those samples, and then taking that sample that is cloned and planting a new tree. And so that currently living tree and then the cloned genetic copy of that tree work together and help the other trees in absorbing greenhouse gases. Giant sequoias are a very unique species of tree that have existed for millions of years. It would be a shame to have such ancient and unique trees go extinct from something that can be completely preventable. And with donations to projects and organizations like the Archangel Ancient Tree Archive, we can all contribute to the saving of many historic and famous trees known as the giant sequoias.